This is Levi from CountertopEpoxy.com. Thanks for checking out another one of our videos. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and check out all our other videos. Today's video we're going to go over how to do SuperTraxx on a garage floor. The floor is pretty even. There was only a few fractures in it and a little bit of heaving on the very center. We started out by removing the old half-failed paint coating. We are using a HEPA filter on our vac to help collect any dust. As you can see, it makes cleaning a lot easier. We started out by filling our joints with a dual cartridge fracture repair. After you put the mixing straw on the end, make sure to shoot a little bit of it into a container or cup. The reason being is all the part A and part B are not the same viscosities, so they're not mixed correctly, and you'll definitely get tacky spots in the joints. So always start out by that, and it's important to have it handy so you're not dripping epoxy all over the floor when you're done with your fracture. You don't have to fill this too much. All I do is generally make sure it's slightly overfilled so that when we come back and grind it, it grinds it off perfectly flat with the floor. The other way is to use a really sharp razor scraper and actually razor it flat off with the floor. This works very well if you're doing saw cut joints. Now we took our grinder and ran back over this. Just trying to grind it back off so that you have a really flat, flush, prepared floor. There was a few drips that made an uneven edge at the transition to the driveway from the garage, so we made sure to grind them down even and then put some foil tape down on the part of the concrete that we do not want to cover. It's really important to make sure to protect any parts of the job next to yours that you don't want to do. Just follow the mixing instructions on the Outdoor Flex. Pour your epoxy a little bit away from the wall. Also, caulk off any base walls so that you don't accidentally pour epoxy into an adjoining room or out onto a sidewalk on the other side of the wall. You can cut in with a small roller or a brush to all your edges that you can't get with your V-notch squeegee. Then take your time, apply the product back and forth, kind of like a snowplow, keeping the epoxy in front of the squeegee. Make sure to be organized when you're doing this so that you don't have too much product on the floor that you'll have to clean up when you're done, or too little. You want to make sure that you have very even coverage so it's not bad to walk on spikes and go back across it and check anything. Some people also prefer cross-rolling this. Now all we're doing is broadcasting the colored quartz aggregate onto the floor. The goal is to broadcast it evenly, and the easiest way we've found to do this is just throwing it out of a bucket. There's many ways to do this, even using sandblasters with different pressure tips. Right here, what you see is one person walking on spikes and broadcasting out of the bucket. What you're doing is you're looking for any spots as it sets and the epoxy soaks up into the sand. You want to look for any spots that are wet. They'll just show up a little bit dark, but that'll be a shiny spot the next day that you will not want to deal with. There we are vacuuming the sand the next morning after it cured. After vacuuming up the sand and collecting it, generally you broadcast about twice as much as you end up actually needing. Now there's multiple different urethanes we sell that you can apply to the top, but right here we are using a 40% aliphatic urethane. Make sure to not leave any thick spots or heavy puddled areas because it will bubble. Make sure to cross roll each area to really get an even coverage. You can just use a nap roller, and it's not necessary to use a foam roller on here because solvent-based urethanes will break down the foam. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like it and subscribe to our channel, and let us know about any other videos you'd like us to make or ideas you have for videos in the future. Be sure to call CountertopEpoxy.com if you have any questions, and they'll walk you through the process at 970-639-9338.